My friends call me Pelon, which is Spanish for baldy. What's up? Hey, this 108 is popping up everywhere. I've seen it referenced in, I don't remember if it was Mahabharat or Ramyan, I don't remember. I have no idea what it is, so I figure let's start with this.
Yoga is essentially understanding, aligning your system with the cosmic geometry. See, in the yogic system, we see the body as 114 chakras, 72,000 nadis meeting in 114 junctions, which are called as chakras. Out of these, 2 are outside your body, 112 inside the body. Of this 112, there are 4 about which you don't have to do anything. They are like that. If other things work, they will flower by themselves. So there are only 108 with which you can work. So 108 has become significant. If you wear any beads, people wear 108 beads. If they say a mantra, 108, because these are the 108 chakras that you need to work with. This 108 number is significant, and you will see it in the East, everything is 108 because the diameter of the sun and the distance between the earth and the sun is 108 times. The diameter of the moon and the distance between the moon and the earth is 108 times. The diameter of the earth and the diameter of the sun is 108 times. And in this body, there are 108 chakras that you can work upon. So the cosmic geometry, I can go into a lot of arithmetic which will match with your human system. And these things we have been conscious of, and that is how we came up with 84 basic asanas. Out of these 84, if you do 21 of them properly and you just master one, your system will get aligned with the cosmic system. Once it's aligned, everything that you need to know about the cosmos is right here.
Well, if you said to me before I started doing Indian videos, and you told me that, right? Before I did any Indian videos, before I knew any of this stuff, and you told me that, maybe we were out somewhere in a cup of coffee, and you said, "Hey, Jeremy," because I wasn't the professor yet. "Hey, Jeremy, this is the 108, and this is what it is in the 84." I would have said, "Man, you're crazy. You're out of your freaking mind. What are you doing? Smoking weed? Get out of here." However, I remember watching a video, I think it was either Sadhguru or maybe it was Swami, and he was talking about the power points in the body, and it kind of went from the head and it went all the way down to the groin, and it was down the center line, and each one did a certain thing in your body. It was a source of energy for whatever. And I remember thinking to myself, wait a minute. When I was a practitioner of Shotokan, which is a Japanese karate what the samurais would have used for hand-to-hand combat, which was really kind of Buddhism, we had a center line. And what we were taught to do was to attack the center line, to try to land your punches and kicks on the center line, because that's where you do the most damage, because those are the most vital points of the body. And I said, wait a minute, this kind of makes sense. Now, listen to what he was saying there. It wouldn't surprise me. Everything you need to know in the cosmos is within the body, because when you start looking at things underneath, a hyper microscope, right? And then you compare it to when you see something with a hyper macroscope, a telescope, if you will, looks very similar. When you look at, pictures of outer space, it very much looks like and resembles what's going on in the body. For instance, planets in the rotation, moons in their rotation. At the macro level, you go down on the micro level, and it's like, wait a minute. There is a electron and neutrons doing this stuff in orbit. What it says to me, is that there is a common designer. There is one common designer who designed all this stuff. There's a commonality in it. It's not completely different. It's not a closed system. It's very similar. You know, it's almost like, you know, when you hear about people who maybe study, you know, become experts on autographs, and they can tell you what's authentic and what's not because of how they make their, when I write my name in proper cursive, there's a certain form that I make my J's in that's fairly consistent. It may look slightly different depending on how rushed I am, but it's fairly consistent. And people could say, well, I know that's Jeremy's J because if you measure the top of the J, that's what he does. His loop is at a certain angle. It's always at a certain angle. May vary in size, may vary in scope, may vary in sloppiness, but there's a common design. You know, and you see that in those two things. So I think he's absolutely right in that and what he's saying. But again, if you were to back this train up before I started doing any of this stuff, and you told me, I'd be like, this guy's crazy. You're crazy. I think he's onto something. So that's 108. Now I got another 108 video to do, and so we'll go do that one next. I'll catch you guys later. Peace and much love. Well, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and please check out our internet radio station, darkskyradio.com. Again, that's darkskyradio.com. We got great talk shows. We play some music. You will be thoroughly entertained. Peace and much love.